let's have a look at how we can turn modern day ephemera into fun junk journals. Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. Today I'm going to show you how I used everyday modern day ephemera to create a really fun junk journal on my holiday travels. We're going to have a look at how I did that and I will show you my process. Okay, welcome back here everybody. So last time I told you that I was off on a little adventure. An adventure I have had, and it was really worthwhile, and I'm very pleased that I did it. Now, I spend a lot of time journaling about adventures, about going places, and about the things that I've seen in the past and the things that I would love to see in the future. I had a really lovely time. I've come back and I'm feeling very much inspired with lots of ideas. I was able to do quite a bit of journaling. I've done some sewing. So I've got some lovely ideas which is going to take us forward for the months ahead. So I'm just going to very quickly show you how I got on. So this was the pack that I showed you what I took on my travels, and I can now report that this was a complete success. So we're unpacking it now. These are all the little scraps and bits that I was collecting along my way. I've used loads of my glue. I started to get panicked halfway through the holiday thinking, oh, I didn't pack enough. Went into panic mode and had to start buying more glue, as you do. Ridiculous, but there we go. I've bought this one. So that's always fun to find a glue. I bought this one too, just to be on the safe side. So we'll be trialing these glues. This is Pelican Pelifix stick, and this is a dual end. I just thought this is quite nice for crafters in Europe just to have a look at, and we can probably put this to work and see if we like that. So those were an exciting find. I've also found some little trim, little stickers, that is fabric. So fun little craft supplies that I found while I was away. I went to Madeira, and so that's Portugal, and I found these little fabric strips which are sticky, and I also found this is just fabric trim because I didn't have anything. Well, I did have things like that. What am I talking about? It's just that it wasn't horrendously expensive. So I grabbed a little things. So let's move that aside because I don't think there's much more to show you in there. I didn't get anything. I used some stamps. Oh, I bought this. This was fine. Little pair of scissors. Look how cute they are. So I found that. So this was a complete success, and what was so lovely about it is that everything was limited. I just had the scraps that I had to hand, and I just had a few little embellishments, the trim and the things in the tin, and tickets and things that I'd put in the back. And it was great. It was so relaxing to just use those limited supplies. And I think what would be really nice now is this journal, I'll show you in a minute, I will be able to take this maybe to the kitchen table with these supplies, just take that and just continue with that mindset of just looking around, searching, what can I use, what scraps are there. When you're staying away, we were self-catering, you're really just looking at packaging again and getting back to that real essence of junk journaling, and I thought that was so lovely. I really enjoyed that. So this bag was sold in the pencil case market. It is really small. I mean, look at my hands. It is small, so you have to pare back everything, but it was compact and it was really great. And just to show you, I've put my pens across there. You can get them in the back, and they do show that in the picture, but they show lots of pens all being put there, so I would say that those would be shorter pens. So I bought this without anything in it. You can get them with some extra pens and things which are sold more for a younger market, but also quite fun. And this plain bag with nothing in it did come with this, which is a little brooch or pin. So quite sweet little friend. Looks like a hamster or a bear, or it's actually supposed to be a capybara, but he could come and live on the side there, keep you company while you're crafting. I thought that was cute. There we go, that's the kit, and then the little friend on the side. Really fun. Now let's have a look at my journal. So this is all in a quilted bag. This was made for me by Claire from Purple Poppy, so that's a channel here on YouTube. And this was the journal that, and a cup of tea. Fabulous. It's quite good because you can keep your bits in there as well, so nice idea. Love that. And look, nice and flat. Haven't gone crazy, but I have been able to embellish a few things And this is a removable signature, so I can take these pages out and bind this in another journal, and I can then reuse the cover. So that was a good thing. So here was me just doing some stamping. World traveller, let the adventure begin. Very exciting when you go somewhere. And then started picking up leaves from the botanical gardens that we found, and I thought that would be really fun to do some artwork on there. So I picked up that and thought that would be good. So that's my little front. And then, oh, I got that from a chemist, so Boots here in the UK, that's their little slogan, with you for life. And I thought I could think like memories with you for life, so I thought I'd use that. And then we've got here some hearts which I cut out of some packaging just before we went. It was Valentine's Day, and I'd given my husband a little heart, chocolate heart in a box, and the packaging was of the thickness of a card, and I was sitting there cutting out these hearts because I hadn't got anything else to craft with. And so I'm thinking, right, what can I do? I can cut this packaging out. So that was the packaging you can see just there, that's the part of the box, and I made the little tag corners. So it was really fun to just have a look at the packaging in a different way. I'm just going to go round with some ink here because I can see that I've got this mark, and I'm just going to add some extra ink. I've got some mahogany colour here, so I'm just going to put that down there, put around a little bit of colour, just because I can see this glue line down here, which is annoying me. Right, there we go. Oh, what a mess. I had a little bit of a moment there. Right, there we go. I've recovered that by putting some matte chalk paint over the top of it. And that is very cool. I really like that. So we'll just perhaps do a bit. Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm back and I've dried that, and it's left a watermark, and whilst that's grungy and all the rest of it, I just think that I would prefer it with this scrap that I've got floating around. So I'm going to use this new glue, Peliflex stick. So if anybody can get that in their country, we can see if this is going to be any good. Maybe this is something that you can get hold of, and it's a German glue, this one. So we'll just see. It's going on nice and smooth. Love that. That's great. We'll just put this down, see if we are happy. Happy with the stick and the grab. It's blending in nicely. It's not leaving chunks of glue. So I think glue's a very personal thing. It takes a while to find what you're happy with. So this is my preferred glue, the Yoo-Hoo, another German make. They're both good glues. This is very sticky. That's gone down really nicely, so that gets a thumbs up. Love that. That's probably something we have to order. And now I'm going to try this one as well. I don't really mean to be promoting these products, but I'm just showing you what I found. So this is a silicone glue. No, it's not. It is a vinyl glue. I'm going to try and stick this bow down here. How's that going to work? Just lay that down. All right, let's see how we get on with this glue. Seeped through a little bit on that one. So I think that would be fine for just every day. A little bit of seep through. No, it's no good. Well, maybe if I left it, but I haven't got the time to leave it, so I am just going to reach in with my Fabri-Tac. Right, going in with the 3-in-1 on that, just because I haven't got time to wait. Let's see if it'll cope with paper. How about paper embellishments? I've got some. Oh gosh, comes out fast enough. Okay, let's put down some flowers up the top there. That's good. All right. And then, so the other side of this is like a little paintbrush thing. Let's have a go at that. Oh, right, that's like a spreader. I like that. I wonder if I can refill it with just PVA glue. That's probably what it is. Okay, let's see how it does with a bit of fabric. Let's see if I put this little trim bit here. This is pretty. Found this the other day. A bit up there. Let's seems to be pretty good. All right, that's doing the trick. I think I was playing around with some different folds in the paper, or this was just a scrap piece that had folds in. So now we've got an odd fold there, which feels like it needs something, a strip or something put down it. And over here, it's doing the fold there. So I just sort of want to cover that up while I'm thinking about it. So just try this glue again for washi tape. Now, a lot of us use Pritt Stick here in the UK for paper crafts. Nothing wrong with that. I just find that I get some sort of chunky deposit left behind sometimes with Pritt Stick. I think Scotch glue in America is very good. That's an American glue. Scotch Create, something like that, is good. And the other one I think is very good for anyone watching from America is your Target own brand glue. That apparently is very good, very inexpensive, and just gets the job done. So we don't always need to find the fancy glues. However, when you're trying to stick things here in a sort of a mixed media application, it is really quite useful to have a few glues on hand, because where one fails to do the task, another one seems to rise to the challenge. So I often like to have several different glues in my armoury to get the job done. Alright, so there was lots of mountains in Madeira, very famous for mountains, so I do like that. That's a lovely washi tape. Okay, so there we go. This is just me journaling. So that was quite successful. I'll just go again with a bit more of this glue. So these were the 3 glues that I saw while I was on my travels being used, and they're all excellent, so that is good. And when I was away, I bought a little acrylic paint just in case I wanted to do what I'm now doing here, which is blending in washi tape into the page, just like a gesso sort of idea really. Yeah, so I'm going to add that to the kit next time, because it is useful to just have a little bit of white, and then you can do some fun effects on the pages and just blend out some of the commercial things that I've been using here with the tape, with the what I cut out of packaging, and here as well might look nicer if I just mute some of this out a little bit, take away just the stark bright colour, and I'm just using a little bit of water here as well, so that I can blend in the acrylic over here, just knock the colours down a bit and give a bit of an art wash to it, quite a nice effect. This is fun. This can be orientated this way round now, and you can have the words written there and then have writing space across here, which shows a mountain range, and this is exactly the sort of thing that I saw when I was there. We did go up a mountain, and we did see the cloud here, and that just represents what I saw when I went up really high up into the mountains. We took a guide and got taken up there in a vehicle, and we just looked out, and it was just a sea of cloud. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So one of the things that I would really like to have taken in my little kit was a little set of paints, and then I could have used that with the water brush. So yeah, so now we've got red flowers, because I didn't appreciate I had that pink still sitting in there. I just need to step away from this pink ink. I don't know what's going on. I just now felt compelled to paint these flowers. And I don't like it at all. I don't think I like it. I might like it. I've got to trust the process. I have no idea what's going on. My brain just seems to be having its own moment here, just painting red flowers. What's happening? They were supposed to be white flowers to match in with what's going on, but it now seems to be tying in with what's happening over there. And of course, when I was in the botanical gardens, I saw things like hibiscus, those beautiful bright red hibiscus flowers. So I think that's what is going on here, only I don't seem to be in control of my hand. I'm talking, but I'm doing something completely different, because I had no intention for these to be red flowers, which they are now, and now nothing goes. So what was that about? Because they were supposed to be white, although they are kind of cool. but they are a little bit clashing with the pink, so I'm making myself put white on them and see if we can get it to knock down to a more pink tone, just to bring in a similar tone to what we're seeing over here. Let's hope that works. But yeah, I seem to have gone off on a tangent there. Okay. These will probably go a bit paler when they dry. Okay, right, well, that was unusual. All right, I'm just running with it. Something's missing from down here, so I'm just going to see if there's anything in my little sticker collection here that could maybe work. Just pull it together, just have a focus down here to detract from the flowers, which aren't bad. It's just that there's something lacking down here. Now, see if I can find something that I can potentially put there. How about birds? No, too much. The fan, that's very pretty. Oh, right. Now, the fan has got blue, it's got pink, it's got a bit of green, a stronger colour, and it's kind of a fun shape. Let's see if we can make that work. Tie that together. Right, so this is a washi tape sticker. I don't tend to use these too much in journal making, but I do like to use them for journaling to tell a story. So I do have them on hand, and yeah, it's quite nice to add to a little page spread when you're trying to convey something, particularly if it's a personal journal. I think that stickers can sometimes, there's a risk that they could peel up if they're not stuck down properly. Washi tape stickers certainly have a low tack stickiness to them. They are designed to be movable, so they are going to peel up. You do need to glue those down. And most of them are shiny, so the washi tape stickers that are made of paper are really nice. There's a matte finish to them and they seem to blend into the paper a bit more, so they look great in a journal. Put this down here. It's just a nice little shape, isn't it, that? I like that. Well, that would lend itself to a nice little bit of stitching, so that could be fun. Oh, there we go. And then this is where we had lunch. Had a really nice sandwich here, and that was at London Gatwick at the North Terminal, so that was fun. Just a nice way to use the ephemera picked up there. So that was the sandwich bag. I just cut that out of the paper. This was a napkin which had a printed logo on there of the dancing bears, so I thought that was lovely. Then also had a dog on the lunch bag on the other side. So that was just a little cookie bag which has a nice crinkle to it, and I had a little piece of fabric which I brought with me to make that tab, so that's just stapled on there, and the butterfly can come and live up there eventually, something like that. I might back him onto another piece of paper, so just have something, and then that will work with the pink background. I quite like that, but it's there for the moment because the bear's looking at it. Could colour in the bears or paint them a different colour, and I just thought that that was really nice. It's always really lovely to look out for logos on packaging, and that was nice and thin because it was the sandwich bag that we got. And then we were also given some cups of water. You could help yourself, complimentary, and then these were the little cups. You can imagine they were rounded like that. This was just one cup that you can get water in, so it was like that. And then I've just cut them apart and flattened them out, cut them apart, and made journaling cards. You can see there's a slight curve to them, but they're perfectly good to write on, so they go in there like that. And this used to be a coffee cup, so I've got now a journaling card there as well. So that's a really fun way to junk journal, using up all the things. You know, I've got another one here where I can cut out our shape here, and when we turn over, we went to a Japanese restaurant while we were away. I've made a little tuck there to put some little journaling pieces on there. I can add some fun information there. I've got a coffee stirrer that I started to embellish, so when I find that, I'm going to put that in there. This is just scraps of paper from my travels. I was offered a free cup of tea when I went into a shop, and I got another little cup, a little sample cup, so I took that and I cut out the logo. This was a free sample pot of cream that I took away to be able to use as a face cream, and it had that lid, and it was lovely, so I've added that in there. And that was a label from something that I found. So this is good as a writing space or a photograph. Put a little bit of lace trim that I took with me, and then on the back there, that's the tape that I showed you at the beginning of the video, the washi tape sticker. And then this is a flip out, just a bit of packaging there that kids were using. I made a tag here to write on. And then this was just a drinks mat, so this says make the most of your time. I thought that was lovely, so I'm going to ink around that. Another journaling card that can slot in there. These become labels to write on. And in here is a scrappy collage of all the little bits and stickers and tags and things that you get on your luggage, and just a sandwich sticker, just the things that you might find. It's not particularly exciting, but I thought I could put some ink or paint over the top of it. I might clip the corner and make that look like a tag, and cut the corner there. So that now looks like a tag. We can see the background, and that is quite fun. Then that looks like a travel ticket a bit more. I prefer that. So I just ink around here and get my little kit, and I think in here I put some ring reinforcers. Here we go. There's one like that, little pink. There we go, punch a hole, and then I can put my ring reinforcer over the top there and turn a page into what looks like a luggage tag, and then I can do that on the other side as well. That's great, that's fun. And then I can see if I've got anything in my little kit here that I picked up that could serve as a little string. Put a bit of glue and stick those two pieces together. Great. So that was a little complimentary coffee sachet which I just stuck over the top. I didn't particularly want to see the marketing, but it worked out to be able to be a little pocket there for a tag. Now this looks like a luggage tag, especially with that in there, really cute, and it hides that, which at the moment I'm not sure about. So that was just a fun collage of all the little papers and stickers and things that you encountered just by getting from A to B. And then over here I've put a nice stamp there with a bird and the lovely berries, and then this was sort of felt more botanical as I was looking around the botanical gardens and things, so I put that there and have writing space top and bottom, so I've got that as a little idea. Might back that and have a belly band, and then I think that would be nice to slot some papers behind it and be able to really write about my day and what we did and the dates of when we did things, even if it's just that, you know, the dates of when we did things. That's really important because I tend to forget things now. So then when I went to the botanical gardens, this was a leaf, a fallen leaf, so that was okay to take. And then this was some stamping that I did here, so we'll just remove that for a minute. That was a tea that I had, and I thought that would be quite good. You could add things there, paper clips and little tuck point there, which it was the marketing, and I just cut that away, but that was the tea, which is very nice. And then I've got some more here, which I don't really like that. That's sort of just a reminder, really, and that was a tea bag that I thought I'd do something with. Just all the different teas that I was drinking while I was there, botanical tea, and then, yeah, so I had this and I kept the tea bag, so I thought that I would do some stamping or some artwork on that, which I might want to mount here. I thought I might mount it there, and then that would close, and then this bit would come and live in there like that. So that's sort of that idea. Yeah, so there's more to do, but it was just a lot of fun finding all the different scraps and the things, just using packaging. And one thing I will show you, because I thought, you know, you're picking up all this stuff, and the sooner you can get the image cut out of the thing that you want to add to your journal, the better, because otherwise you're lugging around lots of bulky things. One thing I will show you, if you are ever doing this, a very quick way to just make sure that you keep your journal nice and thin when you're using packaging is to soak some of it into water. So here, for instance, this is some nice coloured packaging from a tea box, and it's been soaking in water while we've been talking. And if I now try and peel away, you can see that it will separate, and you'll get, well, it's gone quite soggy, but you can start to pull away layers so that you are just left with a top layer image, and that becomes a very thin piece of paper, so you can stick that down. Now, it's fine to keep the card because something like that can be a very nice page tab, but I've started it now, so I'll just sort of trying to demonstrate really. There's the bigger bit, and I think it, you know, it's quite nice to be able to get the image off. Well, I was able to do that for a few things. And if you just sort of persevere, you might have to soak it for a couple of hours, but if you can reduce some of the weight in the journal, it's just a nice technique. If you can get things to peel away, actually that in itself might be a nice little piece there, because it's got some wording on it. Yep, that would work. So you might get lucky and be able to pull off a bit that is nice and thin, and then that scrap can be stuck down as part of a little collage. Just fun having a look at what you've got, particularly if you get a nice image on packaging, and then by the time it's been soaked in water, you often find that the shine goes and it's not quite so vivid, and that can give a nice effect for an art application in a artistic, creative junk journal. Just lovely to use these things when they're in abundance, and just pulling things apart. It's just a nice process to sit here and see if we can take something that might be of use, particularly when you're limited to your supplies. Everything becomes one. Then some of this paper that I'm pulling away, leave that to dry, because that's a nice torn edge which could look good in a corner, you know, on one of these pages where I've got something a bit dodgy there. Maybe that could patch that up, so I'll put that there, say that that's had it, and then put that down there as well. Just fun ideas. So that was that. I just thought I'd show you what you can do. That was so lovely. It was just 2 evenings where there was nothing going on, and it was just really nice to sit down and reflect on the day, just keeping my hands busy and being able to put things together in my junk journal. Really, really fun. So there we go, that's what we're here to do. It's just nice to reset and to have a play. That's what it's all about. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been a real pleasure just showing you my process of how I've put together some pages whilst away on holiday, and also being able to just pick it up and show you a few fun things of what you could do with everyday modern day ephemera, and how you might choose to decorate pages just using stickers and scraps, and also to add paper dolls and interesting things and your own photographs, and keep things very much personal about you and all the things that you might come up with when you go on your own adventures this year. So thank you. Do consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to be having monthly projects coming up at the first of every month, and there will be a new challenge from tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and above everything else, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.